Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour Spoilercast and Review. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me is Bob.
I'm using mouse controls.
And joining us for the first time, Sebmal.
I am so down with HDR compatibility.
That's right, we've seen the future of the technology that the Nintendo Switch 2 offers firsthand for the price of $10. We're here to talk about all of our experiences with the quizzes, the mini-games, the stickers, and so much more. If this is your first time joining us for a Spoilercast and Review, at the beginning we say a couple sentences on our thoughts about the game, followed up by a guttural sound that gives you the feelings it evoked in us. Then after that, we're going to get into specific anecdotes, praises, criticisms, and etc., giving you all of our thoughts on the game. And then at the very end, we will give you a score from each of us, 1 out of 10, which makes a maximum possible of 30 points. It's 3/4 of a Famitsu. Let's go ahead and get started. Bob, let me get your couple sentences and guttural sound.
I don't think I've ever been so unsold on features of a new platform by a game. Ugh.
Sebmal.
The fact that they're charging for Switch 2 Welcome Tour should be a crime. Even if it were free, I would not be impressed, and I am the world's most easily impressible man. Ugh.
Welcome Tour is a dead mall featuring an empty parking lot where you have to pick up all the pennies across the entire parking lot and play Bop It. However, we have broken Bop It into 3 pieces in 3 different places, and you must walk across it to pick up each piece to do that one thing. I'm genuinely impressed because, we streamed us playing the opening of Welcome Tour. What I did not expect is, okay, I'm just going to play through like the rest of the game. And I'm, 7 feet from my TV, but I've got a desk in the way. So I got to go around it. The sheer frustration that they engineered into this of get up, put it in the dock, get down, pick up the controller. No, not that one, the other one. It is really, truly impressive the amount of different inputs and display methods they insist you do in no organized manner.
No, because they will put these mini games anywhere. I'm on the camera. Oh, this is a mini game about the HD Rumble.
Yeah, they just really slap those things in there with no rhyme or reason.
I'm like, okay, it's cool. This is Rumble 1, the Switch Pro 2 controller. Features HD Rumble 2. They're like, yeah, but we want each Joy-Con to do a different thing. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, we're going to put that down. That's fine. I'm sure I'm literally standing on the Switch 2 Pro controller, but sure, yeah, this is great.
No, this one's Joy-Cons only.
All right, let me put it up at the angle set in front of me, this whole Switch 2. Oh, this one needs me to lay it flat. I don't have room for that. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, it was really impressive. I've never played a video game that did this in my entire life. And I own, the PlayStation Move.
Take your Switch out. This one uses the kickstand. Yes, it really uses the kickstand. We mean it.
You would think that single-handedly getting the stamps would be the most laborious part of this, but I think for me, that was the part where it's like, no, hold the console. I'm like, it's in the dock. I'm like, okay, fine, I'm getting it. There was one time I did that, and then afterwards I get it out, and it goes, okay, great. Where are your Joy-Cons? You didn't say anything about that.
Can't help but notice you're missing something there, partner.
Hey, buddy. It doesn't look like you're ready to enjoy Welcome Tour.
For me, I was playing it at a computer desk, so that stuff wasn't too much of a hassle. It was. So for me, the stamp stuff is definitely the nightmare part of this for me.
Yeah, so in the final area, there's a very hidden stamp that's like the first stamp. Because, weirdly enough, they don't... How do I put this? They do tend to lay them out in a sort of organized manner. When you go through the list, it will be like upper left all the way to the right and then drop down row by row. And I kept trying to navigate over to that specific region. I was like, it couldn't just have been this weird hidden items, like people losing items at the park mini game that they built into this. It can't just be that. There has to be a badge over here or a stamp over here. And I kept trying to clip through it and it just couldn't squeeze through just right at first.
I think I know the exact area you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the final one inside.
Yep.
And I'm like,
You go under certain parts of the circuit board.
you
and stuff.
Yeah,
go
you have to,
past a ribbon and under a thing. And for some reason, I could not get him to squeeze in that tiny nook. And then finally, I go, I give up. I will actually look this one up. And then I just see it's here. And I'm like, okay, so I can't get there. Just something didn't work. All right. The stamps. That is just... The stamps are a good way to view a lot of this because I think this is one of the most joyless Nintendo games of all time and one of the most laborious as well.
Yeah, it's a labor, all right. It is a total pain in the ass to do basically anything in this game.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. They have this whole stamp system where you look around for these things, and they built in no feature to like, I have one left. I cannot find it. Can you give me a hint, a pointer, anything?
Which is weird because
zero guidance.
Yeah, they have the NPCs that let you know where a couple are.
Right.
Per region.
They don't even mark it on the map or anything. They just have general
Yeah, they
hints.
just kind of vaguely talk about like, oh, I think there might be something in the upper left of this grip. I don't know.
And it's like Nintendo themselves have been doing stuff to guide people more easily since the Wii. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, no, this is okay. So the way I've been viewing
I wish
it,
I could let Luigi play this for me.
Yes.
Luigi, I can't find it. Please
Get the whip.
Luigi,
Make
I don't know
do
where
it.
the upper left pad that hides the screw on the Joy-Con grip is. Help.
Also, they built so many stamps into this that it's absurd. They're like, sure, you got rubber covering for screw left, but did you get rubber
Yeah.
covering for screw right? The way I keep viewing this is like, Astrobot should have been the one made by Nintendo, and Welcome to
Yeah.
should have been the one made by Sony based on their prior projects.
Yeah, really, like something got mixed up somewhere. Like some design document switch happened.
It's so much worse than I could even expect from Sony at any year, any time period. That I'm like, no, this is like a failed Kinect game. That's the level it's coming in at.
I don't want to imagine doing the scrape the paint off minigame on the Kinect. That's the only way it could get worse.
Yeah, man. Like I'm glad that you have also singled that out as like the worst minigame.
It's like I metaphorically felt like I was already doing that for hours, and then I found the minigame that's literally do that.
Yes.
It's confounding, this game. I'm for people who are new to this or maybe just don't know my history, I've been at like every launch of a console since the PS2, and early stuff is really impressive to me and really fun. Games can feel like tech demos, but they can be really, really fun tech demos where you're kind of sold on like, oh, cool, in an alternate universe where we give a shit about this 1 year after launch, that would be a cool way to use that feature. Like, I enjoyed 1-2 Switch. This is the most anti that experience I've ever had.
God, yeah. Like I am the target audience for this. Like, I feel like a lot of people, like from second one, people were like super dismissive of this. Like, oh, who would want that? It looks dry and boring. Like, I don't want to learn a bunch of dry technical explanations about the Switch. Who cares? And I'm just sitting there like, I care. I would like to learn about the shiny new toy.
Right.
I like tech demos. I like technology teardowns. I like fun facts. And also, I'm stupid. I'm very easily impressed and swayed by new and novel things. So if you go, oh, here's a shiny new Nintendo toy and it comes with an interactive pamphlet to let you learn all about all the cool things, I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And boy, it was not good at any of that. It was really bad.
What if instead of being joyful, you have 30 mini games with Smash controls?
Yeah, no, so many of the mini games were like, yo, do you know this thing got a fucking mouse in it?
It's like,
You can move a cursor around. Okay, now on this part, you get to move the cursor around, but also you use the stick, and you can like look around with the mouse and move at the same time. It's crazy, dude.
So I was watching the Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 like treehouse thing, and I'm watching the dude try to play with the mouse, and I'm like, oh, that looks like really unresponsive, probably because of the TV setup they have. E3 and those events are no stranger to people who set up the TV, left it in a mode that is adding an insane amount of latency. I play this, and I'm like, oh, the mouse just feels like that. Oh no, I have been so I'm pretty sure using the mouse is going to suck in Metroid Prime 4 now, just because of my experience playing these.
Right.
I'm just
Again, you've been unsold on
now,
the concept.
exactly. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, this mouse is going to be really cool. And then I used it and I was like, oh, this is like so much worse than the mouse I use for my computer. It is not even close.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. Like a mouse could, even if it feels bad like this, they could have made stuff that showed off the usefulness of it, made something RTS-like.
Yes.
Something very slow paced.
Yeah, less reaction speed, but everything in this is
everything in this is
chasing down a
speed.
timer. Yeah. It's true. And that's what that is exactly what sells you instantly on this will be your downfall, this mouse control. It's crazy. What was it? That Civ game. The latest Civ is coming to Switch 2, and I believe it's supporting mouse control. Like a real mouse.
Right. Oh, like you plug in a real mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, there was an RTS or something.
Nobunaga's Ambition's doing that for sure.
There we go. That was Nobunaga's Ambition. That is cool.
Yeah.
If Metroid Prime 4 supports that, I'm in again. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. But based on Welcome Tour, I don't think I'm going to enjoy using the mouse for anything. It's convinced me that the mouse is just a punishment zone for me. I don't.
Yeah, for me, the sensitivity wasn't so bad after, because you can go into the Switch settings and it's not good adjustments, but you can make it more or less sensitive. Mm-hmm. And I think setting it to high made the sensitivity okay for me. What fucked me up with it is that, if you're not using the Joy-Con grip, it just kind of sucks to use as a mouse. It's not high enough. It's so thin. You hold it at a really weird angle, at least I do with my hand. It's just, it did not feel awesome to use.
And that's the extra step on the, get the Joy-Con. Get the Joy-Con grip. Get the Joy-Con grip for both. I actually had that moment. That was the peak of this experience I had, Bob.
Okay.
I walk over. I put my Switch back in the dock because it wants the TV.
Right.
And then it's like, hey, dude, you need the Joy-Con. I'm like, I got the Joy-Con. And they're like, you need the Joy-Con with the wrist strap thing. And I'm like, okay, I got that. And it's both wrist strap things. So then I had to find the blue one.
Yeah, it's really hard to hold it in general. And I find weirdly, the wrist strap thing, it makes it feel better sliding around on stuff. Mm-hmm. But am I the only one who's driven crazy by the cord coming out under my wrist?
See, that doesn't bug me. What bugs me is the little fastener thing clipping the edge of my desk as I'm using it.
I had to roll it all the way back.
Yeah.
To make sure it didn't do that. But my palm, I put it down on the mat. On the desk.
Oh, that's how you use yours?
Yeah,
that's okay.
So it drives me crazy when I'm trying to move it around while sliding around this extra rope.
Yeah, it's on paper, Welcome Tour is a great idea. And on paper, the mouse is a great idea. Now I'm hoping Welcome Tour is so full of malice and evil that when I play something else with the mouse, I'll be like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, I think I would feel happier about this whole package if it didn't have difficult times. If it didn't have 3 different levels of every mini game to get. Because that drove me insane as I was I need to get the highest rank on each of these. And this input method is not good enough for it.
Let me tell you what really dissuades you from that ambition. When you finish any other thing in the game and it just goes, good job, confetti on screen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, I saved everyone's. I made everyone's day by finding their lost possessions, and your reward is going.
So many
good
hats.
Job. Yeah.
You can only hold one of them one at a time, though. So you better turn them in real quick.
Yeah, I mean they're heavy hats.
Which I lost my mind. I was I walked all the way out here. It took me a whole minute, and you're I can't hold that hat. I got another hat.
Why is this so evil? I don't understand why I could only hold a hat in a game with 20 hats.
It was maybe there's a cool thing for turning it in, so I want to have a special cinematic for each one. And it's no, anytime I come back, she says the exact same thing.
Oh, another fucking hat, huh? Thanks.
Yeah, no, has real customer service at an actual store energy.
It does.
You turn it in and they're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we'll keep that behind the counter.
I think Sebmal really nailed it with selling this for $10 should be criminal.
Yeah, no, like, it's insane that they're charging any money for this, let alone $10. Even $5, I would be disgusted, but $10?
I've come up with my own internal excuse for that.
Okay.
This $10 price tag isn't here to like for Nintendo to make money. It's here to like protect people from this game.
Okay.
They can't pack this in with every system. It's too bad. It's terrible. It's evil. They shouldn't have released it, but this $10 at least dissuades people from trying it.
Somebody looked at it. They were like, if we ship this game out with every Switch 2, every review of the Switch 2 will be like, we're not so sure about this one, team.
And like I didn't even spend $10 on it because I had someone specifically donate so that I would stream it. So please keep in mind that all of my opinions about this game are with the very large asterisk that I didn't even spend any of my own money on it, and I still feel ripped off.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even buy it either. I'm using Dan's copy.
So I'm the only person who spent
You're the only
$10
sucker
on this unprompted. I was like, if we don't, who will? And it turns out Sebmal, but that's about it.
Yeah. I think you're also the only people I know who have like played through Welcome Toward Completion.
Yeah. The mission accomplishment costing $10 is scaring everyone else away.
Yeah, the barrier works.
They could have used an art style.
Yes. God, I wish I had an art style.
They could have used an art style that had like appeal to the masses, but they do better. They were like, no, make it like clinical. Make it clean and wide shot.
We have to make this look like the doctor's office so nobody will want to come.
We have to scare them away. Give it the vibes that we're warning them they have a disease.
Can we? Is it too late to rename this Nintendo Switch 2 dentist's office?
That's the next one, actually.
Speaking of that, there's one that's literally just an eye test, not a game.
Technically, too, because you have the TV version and the screen, the portable version.
4K version and the LCD version.
That's so funny. They're like, here's this Morse code you can tap out in case you don't own a 4K TV.
Yeah.
Like, what is this game? Trying to imagine any other game of all time being like, here, I've taught you Morse code in case you don't own a 4K TV.
Or you hate every mini game in the game.
Or
if you simply send the universal distress signal, an adult will be here to escort you through the video game. Thank you. Now,
see, I beat the game, but unfortunately, I didn't try every mini game because I did not have a Nintendo Switch 2 camera or a webcam to plug in. Sebmal, did you try whatever that mini game is that requires that?
I probably could have plugged in a normal webcam, but I didn't because I didn't want to.
I can't believe at some point
like too much effort.
You said no more, please. like a golden corral you're trapped in that already gave you food poisoning.
It has come by with mashed potatoes and put them on your plate.
And I say no, please.
No more country fried steak.
You have like the meat sweats.
I can't hold any more gravy, please. No.
Please, no. Face cam? No.
I actually did play this
What is this game? What is...
Okay, so you point the camera at your face, and then it shows you faces on screen that at different angles and making different goofy faces, and you have to match them.
That sounds awesome, dude.
And you also have to match where your eyes are looking.
Ooh.
And it surprisingly works decently, even with that bad webcam we have.
Yeah, that thing's like a Logitech C9 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
C something.
I think Eric said he got it for like $20-$30.
Yeah, no, it's a really cheap webcam, and it's not even like remotely the newer models of that. That thing's like 11 years old.
And while I was doing that, I was on the giant display of the camera, because part of this game is literally an ad for different accessories you can buy.
Which is a vibe.
Yes.
I remember
sure is.
When we recorded the Astrobot Spoilercast review, Chris was talking about how the rest of Sony and what's going on with them really sullied Astrobot.
Yeah.
And for me, that didn't happen so much. Here, this is that. where it's just like, this is an ad. I'm literally being pointed at other things to buy. This feels gross and awful.
And you talk to random tourists who are like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to buy this. I hope my kids want to buy this.
There's an NPC in the dock area that goes, that settles it. I'm going to buy a 4K compatible TV. Then we can all play together.
If Sony did this, every fucking website would be blowing up with the guy who's like, I love Bravia televisions.
But yeah. Anyway, I could just... I was looking at the way they designed that camera on the gigantic monopod and was like, who can actually put that in front of their TV? Like, that'll just be covering a huge chunk of it.
Well, so I think, and I could be wrong on this, in promo material for the Switch 2, there has always been a tall shelf, like cubic storage thing, just to the side of the TV to hold it. I think that's the way it works every time.
Yeah, it's like otherwise you're keeping it on a coffee table or something, which is also a nightmare because you have to reach the cord from the Switch to the coffee table and then also have room on the coffee table to have your camera and not, drinks or anything you might want to actually use the coffee table for.
Paul Rudd has his own dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 camera holder. You should be more like Paul Rudd, Bob.
I guess.
We all should in all things.
It's true. We should
all get really into Mac and Me.
Yes, exactly. Need to get that, what was it, Vinegar Syndrome is...
yeah, doing like 4K release or something.
Yeah, Mac and Me, the cover art's a nightmare.
I am tempted to get that.
I am also tempted to get that. It's horrible. It's a horrible thought, but...
It's really bad to look at, but also so is Mac and Me, so it balances out.
It much like the $10 price. It warns people. It tries to keep them away. I feel like the $10 price is like a force multiplier, right? Because if this game wasn't $10 and it was this bad, it wouldn't feel as bad as it does being $10 and being this bad.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be impressed, but I wouldn't want to send Nintendo to jail.
I thought you were going to send them bombs.
Jesus, is this the worst Tecto Knack 1 is better than Welcome Tour.
Yes.
But both are sleep medication.
What about Steel Diver?
I actually still have not played Steel Diver.
I haven't played
somehow
that.
We dodged that.
Well, I know what you're streaming next week.
People are like, what caused
Gotta get the full picture.
It's true. We need the most accurate, broad history of launch titles people bought because there was nothing else that they wanted to get sold on features.
Yeah, like I'm willing to, without playing that, I was willing to say this is not only maybe the worst tech demo ever made, but also maybe the worst Nintendo game ever released.
Yeah, there's more appeal to everybody want to Switch. It is terrible.
It is really bad.
It is absolutely terrible, especially since they tried to make it.
It's $50?
No, I think it was 40.
Okay.
They brought that out at a reduced price because they knew. But yeah, that one's weird because they clearly designed it to be one of those Jackbox style things where you're playing it with friends online, and then they're like, "Okay, pass the controller."
Yeah.
Okay, everybody with all 100 people with your phone in the same room.
Yes.
It's time to take a picture of the color green.
Try not to kill each other on accident because you have 40 people in a modern suburban home.
People packed into the
everybody
gills.
1-2 Switch is awful, but like that in itself is like appealing in a way. But there's nothing here for Welcome Tour.
I know, right? I'm going to remember Ice Cream 5. I'm not going to remember Welcome Tour.
Yeah, no, Ice Cream 5's unreal because it's like the worst stand-up comedian in the world went one moment. You know that joke you all loved? And everyone's like, we didn't. I got more on that tangent now. Ice Cream 5. The best part, Bob, no normal person knows what Ice Cream 5 is. This is a completely obtuse reference to anything but our stream where they pulled out
This is for freaks only.
Yes, this is for freaks only. At least it's for someone, unlike Welcome Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know my favorite part of Welcome Tour?
Okay.
What is your favorite part of Welcome Tour?
My favorite part of Welcome Tour is I did the quizzes. Not all of them, but a ton.
Hey, me too.
And you get to the screen quiz, And the fucking screen quiz for Welcome Tour goes, now the Switch 2 screen isn't as colorful as the Switch OLEDs. And I'm like, you cannot be saying that. You literally can't go, sure, this is kind of dog shit compared to the prior thing, but
It's also more expensive.
like, come on. Could you imagine the PS5? Could you imagine Astrobot had a quarter in it, or Astro's Playroom just had a quarter in it? It was just like, dude, I don't know. The PS5 kind of sucks.
It's not as good as the PS4 Pro was in this one aspect, but like the other stuff's cool.
Yeah, you go up and it's like, oh, cool, it's Nathan Drake. What's he doing? And he's like, hey, playing for a long time with adaptive triggers gets annoying. And you're just like, what?
Yeah, you might want to turn them off. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying it's an option. Okay, bye.
Maybe it's a sometimes food. Yeah, man, the quizzes are probably the biggest letdown of the whole thing for me. Like, they're not the worst part. That's the stamp rally, but the quizzes are so bad. It's the pamphlet part of the interactive pamphlet, and none of it's interesting or like even beyond surface level.
Yeah, and you can't go through them quickly at all. Like, you have to go through every single piece of info as slow as possible.
Yeah, there's like, it's like 3 to 5 little multi-info pages for each subject. There's like 7 sentences that have a picture along with them. And then at the end of the 7 sentences, they just give you the information they wanted you to get from those past 7 sentences as a summary. It's like, oh, the HD Rumble 2 is specifically built for Switch 2. That's all we wanted you to learn from this. It's like an elementary school reading comprehension quiz more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, some of it's so pedantic and specific in a way that's just blatantly stupid. For example, my favorite instance of this in the entire game was also in the screen section. And they're like, the Switch 2, in order to have more rich colors, which we just covered it doesn't, but they're like, it uses a what? And then you have 4 choices. And I don't remember the 2 joke ones, but there are 2 choices in the middle. It says a thin red filter or a thick red filter. And I'm like, well, it's a screen on a portable. It's obviously pretty thin. I select that and it's like, you got that wrong. You should go check the pamphlet again. I'm like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, like every quiz is just, did you internalize the very specific points we told you in that quiz? Okay, good, you're fine. But if in case you're not fine, don't worry. We have a helpful explanatory picture right next to it. And also 3 of the 4 answers are obviously wrong or a joke.
Uh-huh.
So I think my favorite quiz question is when you finally finish the stamp rally and you unlock the final boss quiz, which quizzes you on all the stuff you learned before. There is a fucking question in there that is literally, what shape is the Joy-Con wheel? And in case you were not sure, don't worry. It is currently showing you a picture of the Joy-Con wheel.
So by the end of my completely depraved marathon of playing this game at the crack of dawn, being up from the prior day, I am at that point and I go, what if they think that's not a circle?
Yeah, what if they think it's U-shaped?
What if they think it's U-shaped?
That's a bent cylinder, I could tell.
I was mortified that was the case. I was like, I'm going to lose it. I'm just going to snap as a human and never be the same again.
Oh man, did you do the microphone explainer?
Yes, where they're like, just hear how good you sound.
No. There's this very specific, like in the final, like inside the main Switch 2 area, there's a little, there's a quiz thing by the microphone. And I have transcribed the entirety of one of the info panels here because it is maybe one of the most insane things Nintendo has ever said.
Okay.
You go to an info panel and it pops up Nintendo and chat features. When it comes to voice chat, Nintendo has a long-standing history. You need only look back on titles like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for Nintendo DS, Animal Crossing City Folk for Wii, and its compatibility with the Wii Speak accessory, Pokemon X and Y for Nintendo 3DS, Wii U Chat for Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch Online Smart Device app for Nintendo Switch as of May 2025. Players have been able to use their voice in a lot of different ways. What's more, You could even talk to people far away using the light telescope released in 1971, exclusive to Japan.
What?
In summary, Nintendo has always striven to let you use your voice to chat. Switch to Welcome Tour is a game where you pay Nintendo $10 so they can lie to you.
This has the vibes of someone in a streamer's chat being a contrarian and looking up every example of thing was slightly true about what they just said.
I love that 2 of the examples are fucking Pokemon. You don't make that, Nintendo. That's not you.
Like, my God, you're just like, we care immensely. Just think of those guys we own a third of and how they did that thing. That was, we did that.
Wii U chat. You all loved Wii U chat, right?
I want the Microsoft version of this. I want them to be like, we have always loved first-person shooters. That's why when we invented Doom. wait, what?
Ever since Doom 1, Microsoft has been striving to let players shoot in first person.
And I'm just sitting here nodding and just writing the notes down. State-approved media.
God, I feel like a lot of them have that weird tone, but at least they're somewhat more true. Like
somewhat, yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, oh yeah, check out all Nintendo's old analog sticks. Like, oh, these kind of suck. Like the C stick on the GameCube.
These suck, but yeah, you're right. You have been making analog sticks, I guess.
Right?
That's a good point,
true.
Nintendo. That's really great. I have the same energy dealing with Welcome Tour that a tired mother does with their overly energetic child. Yeah, that's great. That's
and then we released Animal Crossing City Folk.
You sure did.
And the Wii Speak, and we made the Wii Speak, and we put it with Animal Crossing City Folk. And
it's. I'm so happy for you.
Oh God, the one of the few quizzes I did do was the Pro Controller quiz. Mm-hmm. Did anyone else do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which button is not on the Switch 2 Pro Controller?
Oh my God, I wasn't even thinking about the quiz itself. I was thinking about the info it gave you for the quiz.
Uh-huh. Oh, what is it?
We've looked at every single facet of this device, and we could have just re-released the old controller, and they show a diagram of the old controller, and it looks virtually identical.
Broadly, they look very similar, so it's hilarious to be, that's some Apple shit.
Yeah, it is.
That is some absolutely Apple tier, like, we've re-engineered every corner of the new iPhone.
And with these new G3...
we hid all the screws under a faceplate that you have to pry off. It's awesome.
You're welcome, gamers.
This is for you. But yeah, we've perfectly put these GL and GR buttons a place where you won't accidentally touch them ever. It was like, I'm constantly hitting those on accident.
Bob's like,
failed.
You don't know how I hold a controller. I'm a freak.
They're like, we tested all possible variables. We did it perfectly. I'm like, you did not.
You know, Welcome Tour goes down a lot better if you do something like, what is it, the DS game where you're brain age, so you got the doctor with the polygon face. Do that, but they look like Megamind, and they're the ones saying everything in the game.
God, if we had some sort of omnipotent narrator like that would help this so much. Like, yeah, this guy sure thinks he knows.
Yeah, this dude's crazy. You will not believe the shit he lies about for Nintendo.
Then I would understand why it's $10.
It would also sell.
Like, I get it. You have to pay off Big Megamind.
That's a net negative. More people would have been like, oh shit, this game has Megamind.
I have to get like 5 voice clips of Will Ferrell.
Oh my God. This is we've somehow made the game better and so much worse because it would reach more people.
Yes.
That's really what they needed, though. They needed a narrative reason for the things that are being said to me to exist.
Mm-hmm. Look, Dan, the narrative reason is you're in an amazing theme park where they built a gigantic version of Switch 2. Isn't that amazing? Aren't you impressed by that?
No, I'm pretty sure everyone at the theme park's hot as hell because there's no sun cover, and they're thirsty as hell because there's no water.
And also the venue is like 10 miles wide.
It has nothing in between most of it.
There should have been
no bathrooms, no drink stands.
This is like world's worst roller coaster tycoon first time park.
Yes.
What is this ride? This ride is I lecture you on how good our controllers have always been.
This ride is we look at the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller.
They're calling it the world's most passive-aggressive theme park. And you would have known that we love voice chat. actually.
We have forever since 1971.
We love when humans talk.
We love it when humans have mouths.
What a wild game.
Yeah.
And it's not wild in a way where I'm like, man, I'm really glad that happened.
No.
It's more like we all
it's not
survived
good
an
wild.
event.
It's like, holy shit, you made this, huh?
Right, you actually released this. Like, playing through it so many times, I thought of like, man, Nintendo, why, man? You could have just not released it at all.
It is so distinctly not like them.
Right?
They're gonna love it when they scrape off the goo. We have to give them the goo.
They're like, check this out. We have a new minigame. And I swear to God. Scraping paint
goo
off
again.
2. There are 2 layers of paint you must scrape off.
Yeah, I experienced maybe too many times of like, good job, you completed this minigame you hated. What if minigame you hated too?
Yeah, whereas at least with Everybody Want to Switch, not everything was that. But in this, almost everything. Not quite everything, but almost everything has that vibe of like, this wasn't fun.
I think the only minigame I liked, like legitimately enjoyed, Twister with your fingers.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that one was okay.
Yeah, that one was dead simple. So,
Right.
It's like you could do that with any touchscreen made in the last decade and a half, but sure.
It was fine though.
Fine.
It was completely okay. Like, not offensive at all.
Bob explaining why he's a big fan of this one. So when I stuck my hand in this one, it didn't turn on a blender.
Yes.
It let me just have my hand in a box that did nothing, and I was like, oh, that's cool. This isn't pain. This isn't suffering.
And then I think again about the use 2 mice controllers to dodge spike balls that we spawn stars on top of. Get the stars. And I'm like, you didn't do this right. I want to kill you.
I love that sort of game.
Right.
But it just doesn't feel good because, like, either there's an amount of latency. Now, keep in mind, for people who don't know, I'm an absolute input latency freak perfectionist. Like, it actually bugs the hell out of me when latency's in the chain, like a significant amount. I don't know if it's like that, just that the Switch 2's mouse inherently has a ton of latency, which is why I'm waiting for another game to come out to feature it heavily and importantly. So hopefully Metroid Prime 4. Or if, like, for this specifically, they put an insane acceleration curve, like mouse smoothing. Because I don't know. But I should love that minigame.
Right.
And they should let me plug in any other mouse on planet Earth.
And
Yeah, the fact that they don't let you just sub in a USB mouse for any time they want you to use just a mouse with no motion controls is weird. Like, I feel like that should just be a system feature.
Especially
Right.
since they're not, like, using the stick on the mouse any of the
No,
times
they're not
you're
using
doing
anything
it. So
on
a
the-
normal amount of clicking would be fine.
Yeah, if the only thing you use it for is a cursor, you should just be able to sub in a regular one, but I don't know. I'm not Nintendo.
You want to talk about really nitty gritty things that drive me insane playing this every step of the way?
okay.
You beat the thing. Oh, I only got 1 star and I need to get 2 stars to reveal what the third star wants. If it goes, hooray, yay, and then it ends, and then it shoves your mouse over to back out.
Yep.
And it holds it there for a good second or 2.
Yes.
And it moved my mouse from try again.
Yeah. No, it infuriated me many times.
So the best part about that is when you do accidentally back out, the first thing that happens every time is somebody's like, man, that mini game was great. Do you want to do it again?
I bet you love that shit, didn't you?
Yeah. The only thing worse than me accidentally backing out and having to tell you, yes, I want to do it again, is you thinking I'm doing this because I enjoy it.
No, I'm doing this because I have OCD and I need that other medal.
Yes.
I need the
Don't
3
presume
medals.
that I'm having fun. I'm just mentally ill.
That's please.
Yeah, I think like that dodge the spike balls one is so you get them like that's like the reward for getting all of the medals. Like you get all the medals and then you unlock like turbo fucker difficulty for that. And that is like kind of the only reason I want to do the rest of the mini games. I'm not going to, but it's the only reason I would theoretically want to. Because I want to see what turbo fucker dodge the spike balls minigame is.
If only Luigi
nightmare.
could do it for you.
Yeah, no, I would gladly watch Luigi do it.
They could not program a something to win these things. I think they're made so slipshottedly that they couldn't even do that.
They're like, even Brainiac cannot succeed at some of these difficulties.
Because that was specifically, it spawns everything at random, so I don't think they could actually do it. I felt like so many times I was in a no-win situation with it.
Okay, it's time to go
You
hard
just kind of
positive.
just watch Luigi get increasingly frustrated as he tries to clear it.
Yes.
What the fuck? This game is broken.
We're gonna send in Daisy to cheer him up. He's looking like he's gonna end it before he gets home. He's gonna drive his car
All
off
this
a
bullshit.
cliff. We gotta go hard positive on this now. Bob, what was your favorite minigame?
I already said it was the twister with my fingers.
That's it. That was the absolute peak. That was the
can't think of
closest to a
any-
positive emotion you had with this.
I think so. Yeah.
God,
There's
okay,
nothing else sticks out.
Sebmal? What's your number one minigame? Okay, I have a gun to your head. You have to recommend a minigame from this game to someone. Is it the star dodging spike ball one?
It is not. I honestly I think my favorite's the mini golf one.
That one was good. It did have a lot of drift, but
Yeah, it's idea over execution maybe, but it's actually a good example of mouse control and gyro, and you just play a little mini golf and you can actually tilt the putter around to do different angles. It's neat.
I think that one would have been great if it was basically done like real golf and not speed run it. Do it fast. Do it quick.
Yeah, true. It's a little less relaxing that way.
Maybe that is a part of the tone here that's off, is that they decided every minigame must have a timer.
Yeah, right. They're all speed run. It's like, I don't want to do that.
Well, these are the mini games. We have to separate them from the tech demos. If we just let you take however long you wanted, then it'd just be a tech demo.
Oh shit, I thought I had an answer to my own question, but now I realize that was a tech demo. Oh wait, no, I think that technically was a minigame, the frame rate one.
Yeah, no, that's technically that's just technically a miniature game.
Yes, that is technically a video game.
Okay, there you go. That's me.
That is an insane person's idea of entertainment.
Yeah, I was overjoyed as people near me had to try, and then I just instantly went bang, 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 done.
Yeah, no, it's the thing with that is maybe if it was you could assume on a grading, it's a little slider, I think this is 65 frames per second or some shit. No, it's just multiple choice. Mm-hmm. And it makes it very easy to figure out which one is the right answer when you only have 3 possible answers. Is this 15 frames per second, or is this 30 frames per second, or is this 120 frames per second? It's yeah, I can tell the difference between all those. Thank you, Nintendo.
Yeah, they should have done okay. So first off, and this is a very weird thing about the Switch. I haven't even talked to you about this yet, Bob. Cyberpunk, ahead of release, was saying that they would support variable refresh rate seemingly on the TV.
Okay.
And the Switch 2 doesn't support that at all.
Right.
Which is weird. No one knows why that is definitively the case. It can run at 120 frames per second, but it can't do VRR. I think it would have been a lot better if it did have VRR, and then the frame rate testing could do more meaningfully smaller differences, is this 50 or 70?
Right.
As opposed to powers of 2.
Which, strangely, they have a tech demo where you can do that because it's using the on-screen, the on-device screen.
Which, that was kind of neat. Mm-hmm. It's cool to drag it down to 2 frames per second and watch as it nearly crashes and it can't respond to you trying to move the controller.
Yeah, I feel like the most I ever got out of anything in this is that was neat, I guess. That exact feeling of, yeah, I guess that was neat.
Am I the only one when I boot up a tech demo? I feel kind of offended when I go to the tech demo and the guy running the booth is like, now this isn't really a game.
Yeah, I love that. I love that the first guy you see is this isn't really a game.
You're you should have been at the entrance to the park, sir.
Right. I was like, you saying these other things are games? I have some news for you, bro.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to be up front, the line, the stairs leading up here?
Because it has the energy of now, I know you're not going to have a lot of fun listening to the surround sound headphone experience like you had fun whittling paint. I'm like, sir.
Or coloring the flower.
Coloring.
Look, okay. The Maraca's not really a game, but stick with us. We'll let you play Find the Pixel soon.
Find the Pixel was pretty good. That was a pretty sick mini game.
Find the Pixels was really funny for me because it's like, make it hard for yourself. The first time I did that, I was like, I can technically see 2. Because they let you choose the brightness 1 through 5.
Oh,
and
yeah.
3's the default. And I'm like, I can technically see 2. And it took me way too long. And then I selected 3. I was like, bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, why did I make it that hard on myself? Why
when they did that, I was like, why on earth would I ever do this? I'm already like 3 hours into your game. I've hated every second of it. I want to see the dots I'm trying to click on. Thank you.
You're like, what idiot would put his hand in this blender? And meanwhile, miles away, I'm like, oh shit, that is my hand is just the right size.
Well, you got to put your hand in the blender and then find out where the rumble inside of it is the strongest.
Yes. Oh my God. Did anyone else unlock the third form of find the rumble in this area?
I don't think I did.
Because that's the one that adds phantom rumbles.
Yeah, no, I did unlock that. Yeah. There's fake rumbles now.
Like, you should go to jail.
Why would you add fake rumbles?
Right, the whole point.
Because you need to find the strongest one.
That's like
now it's harder to find the strongest one because there's multiple weaker ones.
That's like if they added fake pixels lighting up, and it's like, oh well, they disappeared. You should have waited until they disappeared. You should have waited and seen if they disappeared.
I don't know if I reached the maximum difficulty on Find the Pixel. Maybe that sounds like fucking something they do.
I think I actually did.
Find the pixels, but now the fake ones fade in and out, so don't click those.
I think the maximum level of Find the Pixel was they move.
Yeah. I don't think they went crazy. It was like, yeah, there are fake pixels to find.
That would be so funny. So while we were recording this just now, I tried to boot a mini game, and it's like, what are you doing? The Joy-Cons are attached. Detach the Joy-Con right now. This is the Rumble one, by the way. This obviously could work. I'm holding
You need
the Switch 2.
Well, no, you
need to use the mouse.
Yeah,
It's got a mouse in it, dude. Didn't you know there's a mouse in there?
There's 52 mini games about the mouse. You have to know about it.
They should have just called this like Mouse Quest.
It uses less resolution than a Game Boy camera, bro. Check it.
When they said that, I was like, why are you saying this? Like, I know that's not a bad thing for a mouse sensor, but I'm just confused why you think this is awesome.
I was just happy they mentioned the Game Boy camera.
I mean, that's
I just
fair.
smiled and went about my day.
Why don't they have a game? They should have. You know what's a way better game than this? The Game Boy camera game. They should have done that with the webcam.
Yeah.
And that should have been our Switch 2 launch title. It's Face Raiders 2.
Yeah, I would have gone fucking nuts for Game Boy Camera 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Face Raiders, those other 3DS tech demos that were free, were so much better than this.
Yeah, I'll take Face Raiders any fucking day. You kidding me?
Yeah. And it's like, point your 3DS camera at this QR code. Whoa, a thing's in your living room. And I'm like, wow, this is a joyous experience and pretty neat. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, in Welcome Tour.
Holy shit, Mario was real.
Welcome Tour is like, holy shit, depression is real.
Depression is real and contagious, and we're going to give it to you.
Yes.
It's got the diagram of Mario injecting me with depression.
Oh, no.
Mario looks like some 1980s drug PSA pusher. He's just got a fucking syringe.
Yeah, he's got the trench coat. He's got a weird hat, and he's got a syringe. Hell yeah.
I thought that tech demo where you played Mario 1-1 was really neat. That I was so sad.
I didn't do that one.
Oh, man.
Because I didn't want to go hook it up to the 4K TV outside.
This guy doesn't know how big 4K is compared to the original Mario game. It's so big.
It's true. I'm a fake fan.
But yeah, that one's so neat. And I was like, well, you're going to keep letting me play these levels, right? It's like, this is Mario 1. It's free. It's free. It's on the ground. Just only play all Mario 1 like this. No.
So my
1-1 only.
My disappointment was twofold. That was one layer.
Okay.
The other layer was, what do you mean I can't walk back now? Yeah. I can see what's behind me.
Right. But
it made it so I could do that. You made it so I could see there, and then Mario just stops moving at a random spot because this is just Mario 1.
I also, during that minigame, there are 5 goals to do for this, tech demo.
Yeah, that's
this
not. Why would you
straight.
mistake this for a mini game? It's nowhere near as fun as scraping paint. I cannot stop bringing that one up because spiritually it's the most emblematic.
Find the pixel mini game Mario tech demo. Get it right.
This game was made by a real autistic person. It might be my evil twin. Mario 1,
They don't show you the
Finding
credits
pixels.
after you get all the stamps. For all we know, Dark Daniel could have had a hand in this.
Yes.
I don't like the sound of Dark Daniel. That's like evil YouTube character.
He's got an underscore between the Dark and Daniel.
He's like crossing his hands in front of himself. His eyes are arcing with evil red electricity, and he wants you to find the pixels on a 4K TV.
Tell me if this is 60 frames per second or 120 now.
What were we talking about before Dark Daniel? Mario 1-1.
Yes,
Okay,
Mario
yeah.
1-1. I completed 4 of the tasks of the 5 that it wanted me to do, and I accidentally backed out of the tech demo. And then it was like, okay, you're back in here. Do all 5 again.
Yes.
It's like, I just done it. All I had left to do was one thing.
And that's how you know it's not a mini game. A mini game would have saved it.
Okay.
Mini games have battery backup.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
They use the save RAM.
Oh my god! It really shows that these mini games are so bad that I can't remember more than like 5. The rest of them are just like, yeah, I used the mouse for some other nonsense task.
Okay, so there's the goo one where you divert the goo to make it go through the blades.
Oh
to spin the
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
There's we've talked about the starship one a lot, where you dodge the spikes and you grab the stars. There's finding pixels on a screen. There's I think the headphone thing was actually a tech demo. Damn it. Scrape.
There was the one where you're driving the car down the highway and you can tilt.
That was pretty cool. Like that was an
did like
actually
that
neat
one.
idea.
I think that was
Yeah, it was a
tech
neat
demo.
idea. It was kind of annoying to. That was a tech. Are you kidding me? That
No,
was a
no,
tech demo.
that was a real game. That was a game that had goals. I had to get like three medals.
You sure?
Almost
'Cause
certain.
I think it just wanted you to go fast and then go slow.
There was one
like
where
a tech
there was
demo
one. There
does.
was a tech demo where you like held both Joy-Cons like motorcycle handlebars.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
there's
the one I was thinking.
Okay,
of.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
Yeah,
motorcycle.
no, I'm thinking of the one where you're like driving a little car down the highway and you can like tilt the mouse up right and up left to like do leans and shit.
Yeah.
It's
like
where you're putting the mouse down and then you literally tilt
Yeah,
the Joy-Con left and right to. Yeah. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
probably
neat. It was
the-
kind of a pain in the ass to play just because the mouse was a pain in the ass to hold, but like
Yes.
idea-wise, that was neat.
Fact.
It was one of the few things in this that made me be like, yeah, okay, this is a neat idea.
Yep, that is the high. As far as I'm concerned, that is the high watermark of Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
Right.
If it says that, it was a success.
And then you unlock difficulty 3 of it. It's like, oh, dude, that's okay, man.
I'm good. I'm okay, man. I'm gonna go to the food court.
We haven't talked about. We made a light reference to earlier the first-person shooter where you shoot balloons.
Yep.
There's breaststroke where you. That's
Hell
their
yeah,
name.
there is, brother.
Yeah. You but its full title, by the way, breaststroke: floaty frustration.
They know what they
Oh yeah,
did.
that's the emotion I want to convey with my video game.
We basically talked about all of them, though. There's the one where you quickly move the mouse through a maze, which that would be
Yeah, that one.
a cinch on my computer mouse.
It would. It would also be like, this has convinced me people at Nintendo don't know how you use a mouse even.
They're
I mean,
still
the way
using,
they talk about it like they invented it, I don't think they do.
they're still using command prompt PCs over there. They don't
Yes.
have mouse and keyboard. They're
like-
just keyboard.
In a mini game like that, I want to be able to control the mouse before the mini game starts, kind of get a feel for how it moves, and then I can do a countdown, like get into position, start moving along with it or something. And then instead they're like, no, you have to start moving your mouse at the millisecond that we say go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's hard to get a game feel, like an idea for the game feel, because you can't do anything until that. There's also the one where you pick up the shapes and you align them with the slot, and then you put them
Yeah.
in. And
It's
having
like,
said
what
that,
if the golf game was not good?
it is a lot like that, yes. But having said that, I think we covered every single mini game in this.
Yeah, there's not like a lot is the thing. They try and make it seem like there is with the different difficulties, but as far as like individual mini games and tech demos, there's not like a ton.
Yeah, I guess not. It just feels that way because of the grueling nature of this package of like slowly walk between each area.
Yep,
This
yep.
game would be very short if it was menu driven instead of you
Yeah, the
wandering.
Stamp Rally really does make it feel like 10 times longer than it actually is.
Yeah, Yeah, so you have to like literally touch every pixel on screen and mash A.
Yeah, no, like for anyone unaware, like all this minigame stuff and getting medals, none of that actually gates your progress. You're trapped in a component of the Nintendo Switch 2 until you complete the stamp rally, which is to say that every notable and not notable feature of the Nintendo Switch component your guy is standing on has an invisible hotspot next to it. And the hotspot doesn't become visible until you are basically right on top of it. And what they want you to do is run your little guy around every single inch of every single component of the Nintendo Switch 2 until he finds a little podium that'll pop up a little window and zoom out the camera and go, A button.
Wow.
B button.
And you're hitting A and it goes rubber cover for a screw, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like if it was just A button, B button, whatever, like right stick, sure, fine, annoying, but doable because I can see where those are very easily. I have compiled a list of very good stamps that they want you to find to be able to play more of the minigames and tech demos.
Okay.
Such awesome stamp locations include left Joy-Con 2 mouse foot, upper. Left Joy-Con 2 mouse foot, lower. Nintendo Switch 2 console air intake, lower left. Nintendo Switch 2 console air intake, lower right. Right Joy-Con 2 mouse foot, upper. Right Joy-Con 2 mouse foot, lower. All four rubber caps hiding the screws on the Joy-Con 2 grip. Joy-Con 2 wheel Joy-Con slot, left. Joy-Con 2 wheel Joy-Con slot, right. Every single button on both Joy-Cons again, but from the inside this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2 console wireless antenna, left. Nintendo Switch 2 console wireless antenna, right. Nintendo Switch 2 console wireless antenna, upper. And more.
And more.
See if you can find them all.
If they weren't cruel, you would just be able to see these on the map, right? Like, whose benefit is it to have them hidden like this?
Because what we're talking about here for the technical term is kind of like pixel bitching, which is the slang for when you're in an old point and click and you have to figure out which pixel has the exact thing. You're doing that with a 3D character on a long hallway at best. And a massive empty open area at worst.
A lot of the ones that drove me really crazy were the shoulder buttons. It's like, they just choose a place at random to put the shoulder button podium.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah. Like they want you to find like all the stuff that's like on the top of the Nintendo Switch or the top of the Joy-Con. So you have to like creep around the edge trying to find the exact spot where they hid this fucking podium. It's a nightmare. It's the worst way they could have gated progression in this.
But at the same time, because they gated the game with it, they think it's the best feature, I assume.
Yeah, apparently.
Unclear.
You don't need to play the mini games. You better not play those tech demos. They aren't even games. Are you stupid? You gotta do the stamp rally.
Didn't you hear the guy outside the Maraca station? This isn't a game. Go away. Find the stamp, Superman.
This isn't fun. Get back to the real fun, finding the stamp. Yeah, in a reasonable world, you would go up to the four face buttons. It would go, here are your four face buttons.
Right.
And it would be like, cool.
Yeah.
And in Welcome Tour, it's like, that is the up button. That is the left button. That, and it just keeps going. And it's like, man, that was terrible. And then you go inside and it's like, that is still the up button. That is still the left button.
Can you believe it?
And like all the inside the Joy-Con and Switch 2 stuff is also its own layer of hell because, you know, you look at a Joy-Con, you can figure out like generally the hot spots. Like, oh yeah, okay, this is the control stick. These are the buttons, R button. I guess, yeah, sure, the connector. Yeah, I'll go to the connector, see if there's a thing there. When you're inside, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is a Joy-Con 2 chip.
Yeah.
Can you find Joy-Con 2 chip?
What blew my mind is like they let you do that, but then they don't like tell you what these chips are. I thought that the whole
it just
point,
says Joy-Con. There is a hotspot that literally just says Joy-Con 2 chip.
it's like,
Doesn't tell you anything about the chip. All you need to know is this is the chip.
And let's be clear, there are like 100 other chips that don't have this.
Yeah.
They have chosen one of them to be the Joy-Con 2
This is
chip.
the most important chip. This is the chip you need to remember.
Those resistors, who cares?
I like to imagine The person in the world who enjoyed the Switch 2 Welcome Tour most
Okay, go
is
for it.
maybe an 8-year-old child who loves technology and wants to feel like they learned something about it, where every part of this is news to them.
I think theoretically, yes, but in practice, I think even that child would get so annoyed of the stamp shit.
Yeah, that's true. As a kid,
It's not even like
wouldn't
find
put up with it.
75% of the stamps. You have to find every single one.
You have to eat all these eggs.
100%ing before you get to go to the next thing.
Yeah. Like if you don't find all of the hotspots on the first area, which is the left Joy-Con, you get to play the spaceship minigame difficulty 1, and that's kind of it. That and the maracas. You're stuck with that until you find every single stamp on that left Joy-Con.
So insane that they even gate the mini games with the badges, so that way it's like, no. You've had too much dog shit 3. You don't get dog shit 4. You have to come back hours from now when you have 60 badges and then can play dog shit 4.
You don't deserve dog shit 4.
You haven't really earned dog shit 4, now have you? That's right. Now
You
get
don't
those
even know
stamps.
where Joy-Con 2 chip is, do you? This game's a fucking mess, dude.
It really is. It's really impressive what they made here. Okay.
I think the only bright spot I really have for this is that every so often, if you talk to an NPC, you get a completely psychotic sounding text box.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, there's a guy, like you walk around and you just find a random man standing on like, not even like the screen of the Switch 2. It's like the Pro controller or something. And he just goes, I am so down with HDR compatibility. And like, there's a specific guy, you're walking to the Pro controller area, and in the long hallway to the Pro controller area, they just have like floating billboards that have stock photos of the Pro controller. And you can just encounter a man staring at a stock photo of a Pro controller, like with his face an inch from the fucking picture, just going, I'm so curious about this.
I like the dude who's like, I swear to God, I need my kids to ask me to buy this stupid piece of crap because I love this stupid piece of crap. And I think it was like the Joy-Con and steering wheel
Yeah,
thing.
it was the steering wheels. That one stuck with me.
That dude is nowhere. One, he's nowhere near his kids, by the way. His kids are pretty far from him right now. He's a bad parent. 2, that man's life must be so fascinatingly webcomic-like.
I also love the guy in the dock who's just, again, with his face fucking an inch from it, staring at like the FCC disclaimer symbols on the back of the dock and goes, I didn't realize there were letters and symbols written here. I'll have to check them out on my own console when I get home.
He's so enthralled.
Like, what?
He's like, look at these ancient symbols. What do they mean?
Some sort of runes. What could FC and C mean? I must inspect mine own console.
Much to write about.
Forsooth.
This dude's running a blog. It is terrible. I cannot believe this happened. This was not an ordained goal or criteria. We have talked about the Switch 2 for roughly, the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, full title, for over an hour.
Of course we have.
That's just how welcome we felt.
It is very welcoming.
So much to do, so much to see.
So much wrong with not getting every stamp. We need to wrap this.
Right.
Yeah.
Any last things? Because I feel like I got out basically every grievance. Of course, what happens every time is I hit stop recording, and then within 5 minutes, I think of something.
No, I think I've hit all the things I want to hit.
I hit everything except the Pro Controller Challenge, which I felt like David Cage has invaded my house and made me play his minigame.
You're holding left, L1, R2, up on the right analog stick, down on the D-pad,
It really
and you're
is just
watching
like a Heavy Rain QT.
the Heavy Rain character's trying to climb up a muddy hill.
And he's like, no. Down on the analog stick. What are you doing?
Press grip L to Sean.
I normally have more like specific praises for things we've done, but that frame rate test was the peak of my experience in Welcome Tour. I can't really say much positive about it.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, ironically, for how the person's like, oh, you returned yet another hat. I'll just put that here. Okay.
Yeah, and we really should stress, you don't get anything for doing that.
No, it's just confetti.
There's a finite amount of items to find, and you turn them all in. You don't get anything for it.
Oh, they don't.
At any point.
You didn't notice? You got the most amazing reward of all. She's like, oh, you're such an important customer here. I put a star on your map.
Oh, right. I forgot about the star.
I had to figure out where she put it. It's in the upper right.
It's a tab. It's not on the map. It's on your fucking guide. It's on the tab, and it's like, oh, we put a star on the thing that lets you know that you've gotten thing. It's completely insane.
Yeah.
Completely insane.
Even finding all the stamps and completing the final quiz just literally gets you, it zooms out and puts confetti on the screen and says, congratulations. And that's it.
Which is wild. I never would have entertained a Nintendo game doing that, frankly. Maybe there's something for 100%ing and getting 3 badges in every single game.
Every time.
I won't be the one to find that out, but maybe.
No, me neither.
No, God.
I'm too busy playing Shadow Labyrinth.
Pac-Man isn't even in this, so who cares? Right?
Yeah, who cares? There are 0 Bosconian references.
Jesus.
You don't even fight Glorbulus Guile or whatever.
Nan not Guileness?
Sorry. I'm new to the
Please,
Shadow Madness
how could
universe.
you get that name wrong? I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we good, truly?
No, we're less good now than we were before spending $10. But we're more wizened. We're wizened by this experience. We now maybe expect the next time something like this will happen. Oh boy. Anyway, what's coming up now is we're going to do our summary reviews, followed by a score 1 to 10, but 0 is on the table, to be clear. Very rarely used, but very doable. And we're going to go ahead and start with Bob. Your summary review and score, please.
This upset me a lot. Most times playing this, I was just angry. I was upset at all the new features because all the new features were actually one new feature, the mouse, and they didn't know what to do with it. This might be one of Nintendo's worst games they've ever published, which is really rough. I'm giving it a 2.
We need to try Amiibo Festival. I hear that's terrible.
I hear it's terrible. I feel like it's got to be better than this.
I find it hard to believe because that has Isabelle, right?
It has Isabelle.
I find it hard to believe
that got
again.
an Isabelle Amiibo release.
I have not played Amiibo Festival, but I did buy a copy of Amiibo Festival, take the Amiibo, and then sell the game without playing it. So I think I'm qualified to say Amiibo Festival, probably better than this.
It's a shame Welcome Tour didn't come with an Amiibo that was the Switch 2.
I genuinely
like $50.
I would have raised my score a point probably if it came with a Switch 2 Amiibo.
Yeah, no, it would be too funny at that point. Like then the irony is fully engaged.
It even comes with a tiny pamphlet that's too small to read.
Yes.
Sebmal, what is your summary review and score?
I am a very easily impressible man when it comes to new technology. I played a PlayStation 2 iToy at Walmart once and then refused to leave the store until my parents bought it for me. I was excited for the Nintendo e-reader for months before release and got one on day one. You don't have to do much to wow me with new and novel technology, and you don't really have to go that in-depth and explain all the ways I will be impressed. I'll just be impressed. Switch 2 Welcome Tour managed to disappoint even me. This is a game that was tailor-made for me. It's the new Nintendo toy, and we're going to tell you all the ways it's good. We didn't figure out any of the ways it's good, though. We did see that it had a mouse in it. We are going to give you fun facts, and by fun facts, I mean we're going to give you pamphlets that contain cliff notes that are not fun. And we made mini games. They're not games. We're going to straight up tell you they're not games.
They're not.
I cannot believe they're charging money for this, and even if they weren't, I could not recommend this at all. This is for nobody. This is a product for nobody. I would give it a 1, but they mentioned the Game Boy camera, so I'll give it a 2.
That's all it takes.
All it takes for me. I told you, I'm easily impressible.
Could you imagine, instead of doing what they did, for no reason, at the end of every pamphlet, they just went, here's a deep cut reference to Thing. And Sebmal's like, holy shit, I played that thing. I love the Super Scope. This is awesome.
That would have made it a 3. Again, there are so many ways they could have raised my score. Switch amiibo, mentioning the Game Boy camera more than twice, maybe a third time. Maybe that'll make it another point.
That'll spice it up.
Nintendo, talk to me. We can work out an agreement.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will forever be represented by a small handful of things in my brain. When I go to think about this, I will think about literally scraping paint off of it. Which, for people who haven't seen this minigame, you put the Joy-Con down as a mouse and keep sliding it back and forth slowly across the whole screen to get every little piece of paint. I will think of that and the time that Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour got Genshin Fanatic levels of deranged and went, nah, dog, that's a thick red filter. This was not joyous in the least. I am completely confused that this exists. This is the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale version of Astro's Playroom. This was horrible. I don't know how Nintendo made this. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. I did not buy it expecting that. I did not at all expect this to be that. I cannot believe this went this poorly because much like Sebmal, I am very easily entertained. The problem is one of the most fascinating things of this experientially is just a repeat of the 1-2 switch thing where it's like, yo, there are balls inside of your controller. I'm like, holy shit, there are balls inside of my controller.
It's been
It really
years.
does feel like there's a big rubber ball in there, just like it did 8 years ago.
There is still a big rubber ball in there. When are we gonna fix this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 2 out of 10. It's wild. This has to be Nintendo's worst game,
right?
It's up there.
I am now compelled by the notion that it isn't, and we need to find what is.
Yeah, what if it's Steel Diver?
I know I'm the one who brought up Steel Diver. I would probably rather play Steel Diver.
Yeah, of course. I've seen screenshots of Steel Diver and been more excited.
Look, Welcome Tour 2, Welcome Tour would tell you itself, that is a game.
Yeah, there's no one standing out the submarine going, this isn't technically a game.
Just for reference, I'd probably give like Nintendo Land, that game that was kind of lampooned, like an 8 or 9. Like that thing was great.
Yeah, Nintendo Land's fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. God, I wish we got a Nintendo Land too instead of this.
That would be sick, yeah.
Oh, man.
They should have done that. What were they thinking? Contact us. We got the ideas.
Just find a way to port Nintendo Land 1.
Yeah.
There's probably a way to figure that out. I don't know. You got enough inputs. You could stream video to a Switch 1. Jesus. They're like, hey, for this minigame, you're either going to need 2 Switch 2s or a Switch 1 and a Switch 2.
God, this is deranged.
No, that's beautiful. That's so much funnier than you don't own a 4K TV.
That settles it. I'm going to buy a Switch 1. Then we can all play Animal Crossing Sweet Chase.
They should have had a guy in the park say that. They're like, wait a second, that's weird. They didn't bring up that weird game share feature even once.
No.
Yeah, they brought up the chat button.
Yeah, they brought up the chat button, but they didn't once bring up, hey, you can stream your friends the game so they can play without owning it. Somehow that never once... Even in a quiz, as far as I saw.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I need to do more quizzes.
Maybe because they patched that into the Switch 1 and they've considered that a Switch 1 feature or something. That sounds like a Nintendo reason to do that.
They're like, here's the virtual game card. It's like owning a thing.
But not.
Saved Bob $10 on a Welcome Tour, so hey, already paying off.
Yeah.
There we go. Anyways, I want to thank you for joining us for this Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour Spoilercast review. I hope nobody minded the spoilers about the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
There's a lot to unpack, like the lore implications. I wouldn't want anybody to get colored impressions on what happens in the timeline.
Exactly.
Without, coming to their own conclusions first. So hopefully nobody got actually spoiled.
Yeah, we didn't mention the part where Nick Fury showed up, so it's fine.
Now we have to redo the whole podcast, Bob.
No!
We have to talk about Harrison Ford and how he's Red Switch 2.
Left.
The executive producers for this month's GigaBoots videos are Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Cooper Tank, BN12, Rado, Virmvarm, and Matcha Bunny. Thank you very much to our executive producers, and also these guys. If you want to become an executive producer or a normal patron, head on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today.